Morning, Master. How are you today? Have you made it yourself? Narongo. Narongo. Name ko ke meke jabaro. That way you love me. See my ready to fire. Sembera, umekutaya. Chetulina, Terija Chigenda, Navasunga, Nawanagamba. You're my number one, gonna become my wife. Chetulina, Terija Chigenda, Navasunga, Nawanagamba. Navagamba, Teria Kusala, Teria Kufimba, Teria Kusotola. You were up with me, you were stuck with me. When you're by my side. Vamos a la neve, Vancouver, pompe, pucumu, pompe, pucumu. Good morning, Omolimo Andrew. Good morning, Dusabe Daria, Central Forex Command. I hope you guys are doing well today. Everything should give me one, you know. Okay, man. Do you know okay, man? Who is okay, man? Is it what? With another star. Okay, man. Woke up in a good mood. I don't know why. I wish you a good mood, my guy. Mubozukse mood sinu juida kakayimba kakuze mu mood, man. I make her smile, I make her laugh. I make her dance, I make her wine. If you feel like getting down, come to me, girl. Feel like touching out, dance with me, girl. I'll make you want me, make you want me, make you want me. I'll make you smile. I'll make you feel nice. After that, I'll take you to my place where we will play. But before we play, if you're feeling good, jump. If you're feeling good, ooka. If you're feeling good, jump. If you're feeling good with me, we rule the world, me and you. We're gonna make them dance, we're gonna make them dance. Come on, jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Good morning. If you're feeling good, jump. If you're feeling good, ooka. Jump. If you're feeling good, ooka. They jump dance. Ha. They jump dance. That song should put you in a good mood. I wrote that song when I was depressed. Depression. When again I end up sending a psychiatrist, the depression went. Booka, 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 booka. If you're feeling good, jump, 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 jump. If you're feeling good, booka, 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 booka. If you're feeling good, jump, 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 jump. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Munaye Sharif. Music I know ebikolebwa bingi byenalisi sobola. And then with music you depend on so many other people. Kumpi, if you're a singer, so many people are simply helping you. That's a fact. Until you're a star. We manya chimuntu bobera muyimbi. Chovona bantu abayimbi when they make it bavuma buli kiramu. Byabayisemu bingi. Kati ebyo bingi ze binali sobola kugumikiriza. Kati abamu kubachikola kubayitamu amanga bola bono yani ono alien skin. Those are the simply blessed. Naye mulimu abaana nga struggling emyaka okubanza bwe nabivamu nga ne kakati struggling. There is a guy called Woods Mulika. That guy was super talented. So today we are talking pickups and our my cars. You know, these small cars are called my cars. So we are going to be talking about this pickup here, your Hilux. Magaudio Nissan hard body. So I'm going to briefly, of course, give us a difference for the guys that don't know, and then give us the different uses of these two types of cars, and then Korole tukabana kati abosimanyo baba ndimu speed limit na yabo baba likuchikubanda baba yongerayo mumaso singa baba speed limit bali sikadde ku distance yemu nange ne bayina engeri gye beyongerayo kireke bya speed limit bote bibakwata ya Woods yali wakabinyo naye n'omuntu tunako essaawa eno oyinza n'okukaaba okitegera yali alimbanga Daville. Do you remember Daville? You're always on my mind. The guy used to sing like Daville. There are so many talented guys that I know that have not yet made it. That are struggling fenna. And that's majorly why I quit the music. And also I did not normally write my music. So I would need a writer. Atenga ne writer awandi nyimba ze nali impidanga asolo wandika my style naye wakwega ilida kitegera. Then you need to go and bench a producer because nakolanga ne D King. Abamanyi D King is a very very nice producer. Nenga D King naye olumu abeera busy. You're competing at time yemu ne ba Juliana. You're competing for the same time with the Juliana, the same time with Exodus. Top dollar. I didn't have the top dollar. And then I calculated the money needed for a music video, and I decided that maybe I wasn't just ready yet. So, but anyway, good morning, guys. Amin and Saji Phone Solutions, thank you for reminding them. Banange mwasuze mutya. Today we are talking pickups and our my cars. Zinozo naze mura kati no my car. Neyo Prado. Nayo my car. Neyo Prado nayo my car. Zonazo as long as they are private cars that we are my cars. Wali wabade watch. Because a diversion. My number one girl, you rule my world. Roll berango libabeka watching ekimoroka yone gano okusibala ojja okumanya nti nobody can stop reggae. Ekyo ekimoroka kirole. If you're driving behind it and your car refuses to brake, that's when you will know why nobody can stop reggae. Ojira bange egenda Now you can't do anything. You can't run out of the kind of ingira. That's why it's important to keep a good distance between you and the cars in front of you, especially if they are lorries. So pickups and our my cars. Starting amount for a fair pickup. It depends what pickup. Of course, there are pickups that I don't recommend you buy right now. I don't recommend that you buy any Datsun. Why? The Datsun brand was stopped at, I think, around 2016. And even then they were making some my cars, some pickups, which take it. So you would struggle with spare parts definitely. Of course, you'll find that the Datsun pickups share some spare parts with Nissan hard bodies and all that, but I wouldn't guarantee that. So if you can avoid buying the Datsun at any moment you can, please do. Hey, fortunately, yo, think about a pickup. Yeah, so a good pickup. Of course, we have the most popular pickups right now. Why? So we have some popular pickups that people are buying right now. Of course, the most popular is the Hilux, but it's popular, easy to maintain, and also expensive to buy. But it's very worth your money. So now, the Nissan Hilux, if you're buying something that where you'll need to do some work, you'll buy it starting at around 20 million. Like you'll find that you need to respray the body, you need to buy tires, you need to probably fix suspension and wiring, which take it. But it's not unfixable. The Nissan, the Toyota Hilux is one of the cars that you can buy a Kayumba, buy an engine and still make it work. You buy Oguro Mutwe, Osoboro Guro Mutwe, but it's closed. Osoboro Guro Mutwe, Nogura Chebaitachi, Nogura tray mabega, Nogura chases, you still put it back together and it works. Of course, it happens with most of the other pickups, but the Nissan Hilux, you can do all those things and still even sell it at a very high price. So the Nissan Hilux is the most popular pickup in Uganda, whether it's a single cabin or a double cabin. That's why you find that even government agencies, even the private companies, they are mostly driving the Hiluxes. MTN used to have a lot of Nissan hard bodies, the NP300s, but somehow they never bought them. They lease them. Why? Because the Nissan hard bodies are not a very good investment. They're very expensive to maintain. Suspension system suspension system your muscle. Thank you. Also going to suspension system your muscle, not spending $1 million cent. That cannot happen with the Hilux. It can't even happen with the L200. Which take it, right? Kati Nissan ya bei era bw'ogenda okukigula omanya, yet it's actually almost priced at the same level with the Hilux. Naye it's not really worth the money. So if you're going to buy like a hard body of 25 or 30 million, it's better you look for a Hilux because you can find it. I know there are people that, because we're about to access, so of course, if I'm maybe your quarter. A more million having a pickup, again, a kuba cave your quarter, or in the million in Daranga Kumi. Nenga to start them, you invest that money, Impora. Slowly by slowly. Yesterday, one of my followers flew to America yesterday, and we were talking, and nemugamba good riddance. Kati good riddance is a joke. Sifanga ugenda kulaba chiche chitegeza ate nchiraba bashi batu baje because sana sichifako. So nemugamba good riddance nanga naye good riddance munaye si kirungi kiri negative nemugamba naye nga nze simiringa negative ne tukigugolinga tugenda okulanga good riddance omuntu oba omugamba nga tukuwonye kati ebigambo by'oluzungu bino genda mbyegendereza yinza okwogera ekigambo gwe n'olowooza oyogedde oluzungu oluli fansi kumba omuntu omuvumi. Yeah, but anyway, that follower of mine yagenze ngenda teekayo RAV4 post. I don't know, I got busy nenda registrayo it's your time Aban nenda registrayo, but I'm going to put a post. RAV4 twagigula yali ya white type. I'm thinking you guys remember it. Ajagala milioni 23 zokka agikoze ebyakabi byonna byomanyi. It's a buy and drive car. Ajagala milioni 23 for someone that has ever wanted to buy a RAV4. It's a 2000 I think 2002 2003 RAV4, but it's in impeccable condition. So I'm going to post it. Yagenze so sendize tugenda zimuwereza buwereza at we transfer forms at we access to his team then to gem transfer forms. So ayagala milioni 23. Ayagala milioni 23. Then already kati ali America. Baba tali America nyonye eri mugenda because America is far from Uganda, so I'm thinking it's not a direct flight, so he has stopovers and then he proceeds. Yeah, so RAV4 yo weri eriku SZ ya white nungi abajimanyi mujijjukira lwe twagigula. It's automatic, it's very lovely. Nade ngendo jesimbamu nene ngamba kasoke nkola ebirala ndi kulomero kulala, but ayagala milioni 23. So for the person that wanted the RAV4 boba do yagala gula motoka ya milioni 20 tulina RAV4 yo buy and drive, nothing to repair, but I'll post it later. Je kosese. I wanted to sound fancy. My question is, what are the causes of foot fungal infections? Bibuzo byancha abe. Today is Thursday, you guys, right? Yeah, today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. Good morning, Daniel. Abe, good morning. Treatment. Doctor ndoze ekibuzo okirabye. Naye Abe, better out tomorrow and ask that question tomorrow. Arthur, in reality, Estate Caldina and Probux, who has much power? Don't compare luxury. Of course, Caldina is actually not a luxurious car. I used to drive a Dina. Najivugako for I think 2 years. Nga njitikamu ebidongo bana eri motoka yankolera. Nga njitikamu full range ezo flight case. Nga njitikamu base Caldina yankolera. Nga ate tugenda border to border. Okitegeera kana nga tugenda border to border ile motoka yali etambula. Good morning. I have a friend who just bought a Volkswagen Tiguan. Talk about it. A Volkswagen Daniel Ranga. You tell this person Daniel Ranga had that. Daniel, isn't it the car you had? Please tell us. Lero kwendi mwana, I miss your live sometime. No problem, Princess Akia. Fewe tuli nyote tujja genda. So, RAV4 eri banange njikolera katale because omuntu wangu yagenze mu America sente zajja kuzeetaaga milioni 23. Nga gwe wetu aida RAV4 ngovuga buvuzi. I'm going to post it later. Anyway, watch a definition of a pickup because I load my Toyota Chikumi with sacks of matoke, so it's also a pickup. Rwebana kwata Ibrahim. Nebaba echipapula cha misuse of simanya because ebitya. Morning Arthur, all Volkswagen cars are bad. Okay, let me clarify, Nicholas. It's not that they're actually bad. The cars are not really that bad. They are bad for Ugandans. Abachezimba. Wachitegeera. Boboli muna Uganda ngo ochezimba. I will tell you that a Volkswagen is not a good car for you. It's a nice, comfortable car. It gives you prestige. Ngovuga Golf, ngavuga Toyota. But I can tell you, motoka bwe bate kwavuwaza makanika ajja kwavuwaza. Ba makanika ba Golf ekampala wano babana balinga ndozaana abalungi. Abasinga kubonga asatu babbi. I'm telling you this. Because I've driven a Volkswagen, navuga ko Golf, navuga ko ne Polo. Nenda ba makanike yali yankanikira. Bwe yali alemesa abantu emotoka. Makanika yenyina agikulemesa yagigule. Oba agisigaza agivuge. Because what happens normally when you have a car and it keeps breaking down and you can't figure out the issue. So eventually, you'll get tired and say kwate moroka jivuge mugwe wiki ogirabe ebirwadde enzikirako mu jamu enzikirako wano enzikirako wali. Eventually you tell him jiyo jivuge ojiwulire and then we'll start driving it. Okitegeera Mitsubishi RVR ye Mitsubishi Outlander. Mitsubishi RVR, avoid it. The Outlander bite but with reservations. Okitegeedde the Mitsubishi Outlander is the improved RVR. The RVR made people suffer. Still, it was a maintenance issue. It might be that the mechanics were bad, or it might be that the spare parts were not readily available, but the Mitsubishi RVR made people suffer. But it's improved to make the Outlander. I had the Turage, its bigger brother to the Tiguan. Please tell this gentleman about the Turage, because I know, of course I know I pronounce it queerly. But I know that the Turage and the Tiguan are almost the same. Good morning, Arthur. If you are given an opportunity to choose between the Toyota Hilux and the Toyota Land Cruiser 79 series, both new cars, and the company tells you to choose one, I would definitely take the Hilux. Let me tell you, the thing that so happens that the Hilux does that the Land Cruiser would not do is that, yes, the Land Cruiser is prestigious, but the Land Cruiser is almost becoming common. Yesterday I was talking to my mechanic and was rachi motoka eno omanyi fe tuchiyita kufa omuntu abadde agenda agula emotoka n'amaana yeefula aba afudde. Called my mechanic nemuganze nfudde love force charge guze nemubalire ebibalo byange naye lwaki ofudde nemugamba the fact is sente zembadde ngoteka mu RAV feyo bwenzikwata nensa mu project zange bulungi ezikwatayo mwaka gumu mbanguze Land Cruiser mu bond. Okitegeera. And it was simple because Land Cruiser is a car that even the beginners of beginners that have money will buy. But the Hilux, on the other hand, if for example you got like the latest years, for example, that year not only gives you the luxury and the comfort of what a Land Cruiser would definitely give you, but it also gives you the space to do other things, load it with stuff. And for the guys that are like, for us Ugandans, whether you like it or not, you may end up investing in real estate, because real estate is like the place where you put your money when you don't want to lose it all. So if you're going to invest in real estate, the Hilux will make your work easier. Somba sementi, somba bichi, the Hilux will definitely I'm a multitasker. It saves money. Lwana ne moroka yango lumuna jitikamu emiti ne banga yine mbaga ne moroka tezza magoba moroka tezza magoba okitegeera saa suubula nagula yakuvuga byange okitegeera. So the Hilux will definitely make my work easier. Naddala nze kati nze ni performing arts, there are times I have to take costume, there are times I have to take speakers, times I have to carry lights and all that. So I have space in the tray to put all those things. Of course, you will say the Land Cruiser can do that, but the Land Cruiser is sort of a luxury car. Sometimes you would not want to use a tojo and you want to keep it like that. But secondly, I find that there are more people that would want to hire the Hilux than the Land Cruiser if you decided to hire the car. So personally, the Hilux would do more. But also, if you are selling a Land Cruiser and the Hilux would be bought before the Land Cruiser. You don't know how many people are looking for the Hiluxes. Land Cruisers are too many, the Hiluxes are limited in number. But it's a company car, so if he's using it to carry cement and bricks for personal work, it may constitute misuse of assets. No, but what Daniel is meaning that Toyota Daniel, you're driving a company car. Is what the company is giving you. It's a company car. Because if it's a company car, they have given you to use it. They have given you to use it for your private business. You can use the Hilux to carry stuff. My friend bought a Town S with a poor engine, and I advised him to replace a new Japan engine from Chisekand. I refused him to repair that one in poor condition. It's the best decision. Because especially with pickups, those small pickups like the Akoka Town S, you're going to keep overhauling the engine every 1 or 2 years. I'm telling you, I've seen people, they overhaul the engine every maximum is 2 years. Ngoddamu osiba. But a new engine from a Japan used engine, you can use it for like 5 to 10 years. Because ibanga almost a new engine. Yeah, so you advised him properly. So we're talking about pickups and my cars. So my car is a my car. Daniel's Mercedes-Benz is a my car. Land Cruiser 70 series has a pickup version with a much more powerful engine, better suspension and more durability. The only reason you would choose a Hilux is because it's cheaper. Bwebanga pickup version JD, then of course definitely go with the Hilux because it's cheaper. But also I've realized you're still making money. It's not a bad thing to have a fallback plan. And normally the fallback plan is, if I have to sell this car, who will buy it? Now, it's very rare to find someone that has, let's say, 60 million sitting there. It's very rare in Kampala here. So it means that you need to buy, if you can buy a cheaper car that does your work, always do that, because whatever the company is upgrading a motor and even new, if it's not for you to want to reuse your money, you may want to upgrade the car. So you want to have a kanga botuko kutunda tekusara nyo emoroka yebbe izo kusara buy Ragnar bogule moroka nga ya bei nyo ekyasobola okusala ekikusazisiza se kubanje moroka yombi ngikusazirwa kuba abantu tebalina sente zigigula abasinga ate nga goyagala sente. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I've seen people sell their cars very cheap because he imported the car from Japan and now he has to pay taxes and no one is willing to buy the car he has at the price that he's selling, even when it's worth the price. Everybody accepts that yes, it's worth the price, but we can't afford it. We're offering you this because this is what we can afford. So the way someone says a million, 10 million. Why? Because nobody can afford to buy it the price he's offering it at, even when the price is worth it. I don't know if I'm making sense. Morning, after talk about G-Touring and its performance, maintenance. Moroka nyangu nyo. G-Touring moroka nyangu nyo. G-Touring echikumi. Buy. Just buy. Teja kulemerera. Moroka nyangu yo now. It's very easy to maintain. Consumption is the moroka 1.5 liters. They are Corollas. The G-Touring is the predecessor. Predecessor. The G-Touring is the predecessor of the Fielder. Which take it because the Fielder is a Corolla. So so pickups versus my cars, sedan, SUVs, estate cars, estate versions, and of course pickups is in a cabin. There is a single cabin, there is a double cabin. The single cabin has 2 or 3 seats in front, and then the rest is the tray. And the Uganda emoro kempyange eri mu garage mpulira bubi. Gwe n'ogula emoroka mu bond notagivuga de emyaka ebiri ne bagisiba yengine emoroka muzigula mutunula wa bannange. Eya bondi Rafael kuyibike bagisumulude yingine. Either temumanyi kulabirira moroka ina network up for you to buy would be the double cabin function as a family car as well as a business car. But then that depends on the license you get. But of course license osigara ofuna your private car. I've been reading the Traffic and Road Safety Act. Traffic officers are taking advantage of us, you guys. But then that's something I'm going to talk about. I've read all the amendments, and traffic officers are taking advantage of us so many times because the law has loopholes, and they take advantage of those loopholes because he's a traffic officer. What they take all money, because that's a loophole that he can actually take advantage of. And majority of the time we're about to be popular, especially it's a misusing of a vehicle. Oba okumenya license
majority of the time they are just misused. They are just using a loophole to take advantage of you. So, but anyway, pickups, we have single cabin, double cabin. Buy double cabin whenever you can. Single cabin is, I find that single cabin is mostly dead weight. Even if you want to upgrade, you reach a time and you want to sell it and nobody will be willing to buy it. Because again, what if he wants to take the kids to church? Abana banatula mu Tremabega. Ibyo byali byadaffe batayinanga amamotoka waka nga byali byaddanga kugamba. Byali byaddafa abatayinanga amamotoka nga pick up bujja mutula emabega ne mujja naye kati ennaku zino abantu balina amamotoka. Naye kajja mukaleero nga kasajja. Datsun is actually Nissan. Karukumu bibiri, lukumi mubina, obo lukumi bibiri, bonna bwe tuyita lukumi bibiri actually. There are two versions, lukumi bibiri ne lukumi mubina. Those were discontinued. Of course, kati zasembayo kolobali basikola South Africa, but they were discontinued. The Datsun brand basically was discontinued. Baka discontinued emirundi ebiri. But the Nissan Datsun pickup in Nene is now the Nissan hard body. Oshitege, it's the Nissan hard body. Is the Nissan hard body. Kati. The difference with pickup, of course, majority of pickups are diesel. Vambuno town is over petrol, but majority of the pickups. Majority of pickups in Uganda are diesel. So, the most popular pickups in Uganda would be, of course, the Hilux. Then, over the years, the Ford Ranger has picked up. People like Ford Rangers. Even when Ford Rangers end up normally not being able to maintain them. Even companies end up not being able to maintain. Nissan, which take it, Kupa Motors. Nene mukupa motors nyine Ford Ranger manyobali mukanika. So ne wesanga nti oyina olumune spare benyini baba tebamulina. So you find yourself that you have to import spares from probably South Africa or Chitegeda. So the Ford Ranger, however popular it is right now, I would not recommend that you buy it. The other very popular pickup is the Mitsubishi L200 is also very popular, and the new model actually looks very nice. It looks very lovely. Now the Mitsubishi L200 never used to be very popular. Why? Because maintenance area inayo yabiranga ya bei. Ni abana bajigira amagezi kati. Spare omba mutete kanya nesigala ku lugudo. Of course kati abana Uganda dabalinga tebanayiga na kunyiga mu bikushi. If you're buying a suspension, you have to buy full suspension. But these days, iyo bintu babinyigamu. Olaba banyigamu bya motoka zitaliyo. Zitaina spare one. Na yiyamu chibushi cha Toyota. So kati baziya. Actually, if you are buying a pickup, I would first of all recommend the Hilux, then recommend the L200. The L200 is much cheaper than the Hilux and the Nissan hard body. But then, in terms of maintenance, it's cheaper to maintain the L200 than it is to maintain a hard body. So that's why I would recommend the L200. Then the other pickup that is really popular, especially my company, is the Isuzu D-Max. The Isuzu D-Max actually looks much better than the Nissan hard body and the L200. Isuzu D-Max is singa my company, especially the construction companies. Bavuganyo Isuzu D-Max Probably because as companies, they get good deals when they are buying. If you're buying like 10 pieces, they get good deals. Kati Isuzu D-Max is not very popular mu bantu ba bulijjo because it's Isuzu. Isuzu has made a very bad name for itself, especially with the Isuzu big horn. Kati omuntu atenga class y'abantu abagula kati naye atenga buli muntu yagula Isuzu big horn, Isuzu yamutawanyanga nnyo. Ochitege Isuzu big horn, Isuzu big horn people end up dumping them or changing the engines. They bateka mweza Mark II or Noah. So people would definitely have a very bad perception of the Isuzu D-Max. Then there is also another pickup abantu je bavuga nnyo the Mitsubishi Tritron. Not very popular, but people drive it. Nadala abantu nga obanga ajiguze ku offer, obanga bajimwade as a company car, because normally companies when companies are giving you a company car, nga probably they plan that you can keep the car. Tebakuwa motoka ya bei. They buy cheap cars to buy. Ochitegeera, because nadala ngeri brand new. When buying a brand new car, cheaper is always better. And for example, I was buying a Kawundo at 150 million, and then they were offering me this X-Trail at 80. I would buy the X-Trail at 80. Why? Okujitoba muononyi. Either batojiwa service go inajiwa obanga oyonona bononyi mu nvugayo. Okitegeera. That's why when buying a brand new car, cheaper is always better. And that's what companies do. When they're buying company cars and they are going to give them to employees, they always buy the cheaper offer. Because companies don't plan to drive cars for 10 years, 20 years. Companies bavuga mileage. Kitegeze motoka bwe netuka a certain mileage nga bagamba jigule. Okitegera kati kitegeza bote bagenda kola loss. So the only thing they do is they make sure they maintain it properly. That's why you find that most people that drive company cars, look at the guys that drive the Pepsi cars. Now someone has asked me to talk of Tata. Tatas, I find that Tatas are better with lorries. They are better with lorries. Of course, their lorries are also not that comfortable. They don't really look that good because Tata batunulira performance and ekigambo ekyo sagala kyogera mu byoluzungu already nagambye ddo omuntu good riddance kati batunulira nnyo obuwangazi. That's why you find that there are still tata trucks on the road nga ziyezisomba ebikajjo ziwangaala nnyo naye teziba comfortable. They are not even pleasant to drive. A Tata pickup truck naye nga ate X-Trail is 50 maximum. Ngampya tuku Daniel. I believe that a brand new car is more expensive than that regardless of which brand. Nechi Mazda bo kisanga 7 nga chipya tuku era nakyo baba bakiseera. Okitegeera. Of these options, which one is best pickup for me? I would go. Which one is the best pickup? I will go with the Hilux. Definitely, everybody. I would recommend that if you can afford the Hilux any day, buy the Hilux. All these other brands may be cheap, but they are not really worth it. It's like someone telling you, tugenda kuwa kuruga ne Subaru XT, nolonda Subaru XT. Oba ogironze purely based on emotion, oba togironze based on facts and logic. And yet sometimes logic, it's important for us to apply logic when we are buying cars. It's the same logic I applied yesterday with the RAV4. Naliba denji yingi na name Uganda wange. Kamath kaganyo kumathinga. Okitegeera. The logic did not work out for me that way. So, but guys, I've done Dr. Chiwanuka. I'm going to do 18 hours again, and it feels good. And I don't feel of course I feel the hunger, but I've learned to control my urge to eat. So I'm going to fast for 5 days, and I'm going to go back to the weighing scale. Then I'll run on Saturday and run on Sunday. and then I'll see again how much I measure, I weigh. Oh. But if I have to choose a car to drive in a company as a driver, I would choose the Land Cruiser. Because of its powerful engine and heavy torque range. So it means I wouldn't struggle in tough terrains. But I've never seen a double cabin struggle personally, I've never seen a double cabin struggle anywhere. I've worked with Total before when we were working in Hoima, Mubende, Masaka, and because me and my team, we were traveling in drones, and majority of the time even the 4-wheel drive drones struggled, but then it would be pulled by the Hilux double cabins, sometimes the Ford double cabins. So pickups don't really struggle. They don't struggle. As a driver, I would pick the pickup. Why? The pickup gives you, you can actually utilize it. Kati ngafe ba hustler. Banjagala kuzimba nange nyumba yange. Ochitegera, the pickup gives you, the Land Cruiser yinza okutya okugiteka mu cement. Pickups, the pickups you would not fear to put cement there. By the way, you guys, I read the law and there is something interesting. According to the Traffic and Road Safety Act, driving schools are supposed to teach us, are supposed to educate us about the law. Actually, the law is supposed to be examinable when you go for driving tests at IOV. It's never tested, okay, because it's never taught at driving schools. And this is how traffic officers can take advantage of you, because you're ignorant of the law. And they make sure you're ignorant of the law so that they can take advantage of you. It's not until you read the law that you actually realize that the law is supposed to be educated somewhere. By not dikusomesa somewhere, but they don't teach it to you intentionally. Because ideally, the IV would say, "Banabana rush never so mama take up and be muleta okufuna driving permit." Anyway, to be mujirabe ye moro Kenya, kanjireke ingire ne kubo tujetegereza. That's a Hilux. Why would you choose a Land Cruiser over that Hilux? Why would you choose that, a Land Cruiser? E moro ketwa no busawe chikumi obwa cement. Because pickups are made to load. The Land Cruisers are not made to load. Then I also figure that if you're driving someone in a Land Cruiser, yet with a pickup, it's a pickup. It's not really a car that people would value. The driver wanga against one pickup yangi. Na hiyo Land Cruiser jaga driver wanga against one Land Cruiser yangi. So if as a driver you're given a choice, I would advise that to take the pickup, the double cabin. Besides, where are you going to need that power? Because I wouldn't be fueling the Land Cruiser from my pockets, but just drive to where even the pickup you will not be fueling it. The network is not very good. Isuzu makes strong work cars. See the Isuzu Elf. No, I think Daniel, Isuzu is good with lorries. It's better with lorries, not with pickups. I find that all these car manufacturers, actually it's good with lorries and buses. It's not good with the other cars. Yet to you, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, Daniel. These cars na baba genze bus specializing. Nissan is good with the pickups. It's not good with lorries. It's not good with buses. Nissan is just good with the pickups, but even their pickups are expensive to keep on the road. Of course, their small cars are very comfortable, but they are also very expensive to keep on the road. That's why into Nissan fuga jora beri ku number mpya. Every Nissan Micra you see is on a number plate. Oshitegeera toys agisanga yongeri ku number nga USZ izo ziba zavunda dda bazitema dda because etuuka buli muntu nemulemerera. So in fact, if you're buying a luxury my car nga market oraba ya bay igula chi Nissan Fuga ojja kisanga kiringa ku UBD nga cha million nga 10 okitegeera. But I wouldn't advise you to buy a Nissan. It's a Nissan small car. The pickups are okay if you can afford the maintenance. Na suspension plate ya Nissan mu basozo jiguze emitwalo 8 so nga ate ya Hilux basozo jiguze emitwalo nga 15 kwa 2 okitegeera. Now that depends on what year, of course, but just know the prices, of course, they increase with the model of the double cabin that you have. The newer models of double cabins are more expensive to keep on the road, but even then, if a Nissan is a Nissan, it's much more expensive to keep on the road than a Toyota. Thank you for reminding them, King Daniels. You guys are 33. Let's like the broadcast 33 times. It's good for the crawlers of Google, for the crawlers of YouTube to crawl our page so that it's seen by many people. Naka kasente kanyame ko korachi okugura data. Daniel, tutugambye gundi extra guba mwaka ki? Fred, it's actually very okay. People have transferred. Most of the big ones that you see on the road that have old number plates have Mark II engines or newer engines. Even the Terranos, even some Pajeros, they have Mark II and newer engines. That car can die on someone, and instead of selling it cheaply at 1 to 2 million, they just change the engine. They change the engine, gearbox, computer. The rest of the things are okay. They modify the wiring. But you change the engine, you change the gearbox, you change the wiring, the computer, I mean, and then you modify the wiring. And the car moves. Because remember the body is big on the engine, but they stay on the road for longer than if you had bought another engine that is original for that car. In Australia, these guys chop the back of the Land Cruiser, then fabricate in a way to become pickups. It's not allowed here in Uganda. Modification of chassis is not allowed. So far, I'm still reading the act. Because I realize they are taking advantage of us. For example, it's not illegal for you to load cars in your car. You see my Corolla. If I'm taking my personal stuff, as long as the things I've loaded in my car don't exceed 3,500 kgs, it's not illegal. And as long as it's my things, I'm not doing business. Because you don't have that license. Commercial. But as long as I've loaded my car to not exceed 3,500 kgs, it's not illegal. My license accepts me to carry my private stuff. But traffic officers are finding people or take away into motoka yawe. If your luggage is not blocking your view in any way, the weight is not heavy, it's not illegal. Officers are fine. And in Uganda, you cannot argue with an officer. At least they are parking in Morocco. They have very low self-esteem. Of course, I felt that when I IOV, but in a way, I hadn't used it. I was thinking it was impolite, but now I'm not scared of being impolite. So pickups, I've told you the most popular. I'm one person that doesn't get engine codes. I find that obongo bwange concentrating on kubintu ebyangu okutuyamba. Kati ezo engine types, of course I know some of the basic ones. But with the Hiluxes, don't buy the Hilux that has the 2TR engine. The rest of the engines are okay. Then if you're buying a Hilux, it's important. Actually, if you're buying any pickup, try as much as possible to avoid pickups that have turbos. Turbocharged engines, muzilekere companies, muzilekere government. Buy a car that has the engine, Nganda. Ordinary engines are better. okitegeera engine ya turbo ejja kutawaanya kutamya emmotoka because the moment the turbo dies the car loses power emmotoka etandika okutawaanya okitegeera. Now which person needs a pickup? Because you may buy a pickup nga togyetaaga. I have a relative that bought a pickup yatunda nuwa yena agula pickup na pickup tagyetaaga. It's a fact. He lost money. He lost a lot of money, people. He lost a lot of money. First of all, bamuba ku pickup ne bamuseera. Then najongera mu sente ez'ogikola. Sente zatadde mu pickup ne bwaba afiira ku ki. Teri ayinza zimuwa. Okitegeera. Then ne sente ze yatunda mu nuwa yena yo yakola loss. But he was so willing to make that loss of a nuwa because yali agala pick up. Okitegeera. Yali agala pick up akaseera ako. Yali abugumye. That's why I normally tell you guys, togula mmotoka ngo obugumye. Always have a guardian angel. Never have Arthur. Get someone asobola okukipinga in check. Okitegeera akaye gundi. That's a very bad decision you're making. Atakutidde. Don't take your little brother. Your little brother will not take. Your little brother will be as excited as you for the car. Okitegeera because your little brother wishes you well, and anybody that wishes you well will be excited for you to buy a car. Of course, even me, I wish you well, but me, on the other hand, I'm not excited because the moroka yote enkwatako. Okitegeera ekinkwatako to make a good decision. I don't know if I make sense. So the people that need to buy pickups are people that need the car for commercial work. And yet the small car ne bona ogula Land Cruiser inabi etajja kukola ngate pick up ejja bikola atenga pick up ejja bikola ne mekuba kwata ku mukono because it's a pickup. Pickups n'aba traffic bamanyi okuzitya ngera we bata Land Cruisers, and the pickups, it doesn't matter which ne bobera Land pickup nankade kasoji kola ne bangira bikabulungi. Now instead of buying a Romion of 35 million, get 30 million, go buy a Land Cruiser. Go buy a Hilux, modify it. There. But then don't buy a Land Cruiser that has leaf springs at any moment. The leaf springs will break your back. Leaf spring cars are not comfortable. Drone. Try as much as possible to find a drone that has coil springs. Jezidi drone ngazina coil springs. Coil springs, leaf springs baita sepurinji ezibera mu taxi ezibera mu jitu kwalenge ziri enkadde okitegeera. Let me see. Of course, there are some Hiluxes that have both coil springs and leaf springs. Kati eba a little comfortable. Neto gula Hilux ina leaf springs zokka kati aka leaf spring era jeke yakanjigiza mu lusungu zenali sikamanyi nga kamanyi mu Uganda nga tuzita sepulingi kati zirenda tuzita koiro. Evudde wala n'oluzongo. Kati olaba, if you're going to buy a car that is going to be loading a lot, if it's a pickup, buy a pickup with loading, and the coil springs help you with comfort. So, but if you're buying a Hilux, you can buy one that has only coil springs. You'll see the comfort. Now, the Land Cruisers, of course, have coil springs. That's why you see that they're more comfortable than the Hiluxes. So, personally, right now, if a person had a budget of 40 million to buy a car, because 40 million, ogura Hilux nga nunji, I'm telling you, if you give yourself time and you have access to the market, because some people be said they have access to the market, that's why they buy bad cars. But if you have access to the market, at 40 million you can get a very, very good Hilux ngani number ampia, because I understand most people want number plates. Mitsubishi because of the number plate UBE naleka Land Cruiser okitegeera naleka agenda ajiria okujiria futukozanga statement ogambe ojiwulira teri ajagala gwaje gwe yali ajagala nawe kutamye naye ngo ino okujiria. It's like eating food that you don't really want but you have to eat it. That's the thing that happens with Volkswagen owners. Okitegeera Daniel tatuwadde ka analysis ko kutulage. I really want to pronounce that word properly, but Turage seems to make sense to me. X-Ray 2009 to around 2012 is a million a ton. It's the same price with the Vanguard. Now, of course, I know there are people that buy Vanguards at 70 million. Yeah, I know a place where you can get a Vanguard at 50. Of course, the Vanguard will be 2009, 2008. So the people that should buy pickups are the people that require a car that can do both business. One abuze one way. Niba nungate baba kwa tanze rwevuga one way bankwata. Na bikasina mu kisagu cheatinga bintu. Nze lwemenya amateeka bankwata. Lwesiba na mipiira aba traffic lwe banyimiriza. Lwegigwako nyino njogola empiira jagwako nga njina ne mu bbutu traffic nankwata ne mugamba afande emipiira njirina mu bbutu njikulage ngali mukwagala kunkuba kipapula. Nange nakukuba ekipapula ate ojja tambuza ne mugamba afande waffe tebateekako mipiira. And then yeah, that's how she let me go. So the people that should be buying pickups are the people that need them for commercial work. Also, if you need a car that will do multi-purpose, why you have to be very careful before you buy the Hilux is because the Hilux is not a cheap car. It's an expensive car. So it's not a car that you're just going to wake up and say, let me just go and buy a car. Because you may even want to sell it in Ateria in a sentence college. Ateria in a sentence jigura. Good morning, Antonio. What's the legal process of replacing an engine so that I'm clear in the books with the authorities for not breaking any law? You replace your Corolla engine. That was the process. Is after replacing your engine, then you apply. Of course, you have to have paperwork. Here's a paper engine on this. Somewhere. You have to have the paperwork for the engine. Then you apply to Ministry of Works, which take it. And engine. Then you apply to Ministry of Works for change of engine, change of particulars, and then you take the car for inspection. Never engine, never engine number that it corresponds. Of course, now the engines that come into the country, the paperwork go back what engine number. Which together, it's just that you have paperwork, but if you have paperwork, just kuraganti engine ya jigura. Then you take the car for inspection. Never engine, then they update the engine number in that car. So that's all you need. You pay. I think you are ojiwe mitwaro ba munana. Ojiwe mitwaro ndoza munana ba mwenkuminya. Change of particulars. It's not very expensive, and then they'll update it. Good morning, Deep in Coffee. So katenemoro kechuka, for example, that's a Hilux. Ina both coil springs and leaf springs. Chovola bezanya buzanyi bweti. Kati yo nayo ojivuga ebinya n'otabiwulira. Okitegeera. For personal use, I would buy a Hilux because it's cheap, more comfortable to drive. Their consumption and their maintenance is more affordable. Yes. We have a company car. So the pickups I would not recommend you to buy Togura and Nissan Datsun. Don't buy Datsun because Datsuns were Bazita Batia. They are no longer being manufactured, which means Nestle agenda kuta wanyamu. Bwe baba ngensi ziri Japan wa Datsun tebachazina. Kitegeza n'abakola spare bagenda kendeza bamukola. Ojjatuka ngomugula wa bei nnyo. Ate when it comes to time for you to upgrade, you'll fail to find someone to buy that Datsun from you at a good price. So let's stick to the if you can buy the D-Max seems to be reliable. Sijira banga konge a limited company. Nainga ate the Fords, the Rangers, I've seen companies actually pack them. Yana ne bogende wa Joffrey. Onogwemba gamba ko wiring. You'll find a lot of Ford Rangers there. It's the Rangers also have wiring issues, which together. Yet these other cars, Nadrabo also do different with a Uganda engine Uganda. You will enjoy to drive it, which together. So the other people, if you have a small budget, 10 million, 20 million. Of course, 20 million you can still get a Hilux. Hilux is in 1996. You'll get a 1996 Hilux and still you'll enjoy driving it. It will probably be leaf springs, but it will do the job, especially if you're looking to use your car for commercial. For people like Salmin that have a farm, if you really want to grow your farm, I would actually recommend that you look for a Hilux. Or sobola okugifuna wezera gifuna ku million 15 bwoba ononyezanga weewadde obudde naye ng'ejja kubaamu ebyokukola naye nga ebyokukola ebyo bikola mpola and temulaba nti mbagamba temusiba engine, but the diesel engines zo muzisibe kasita ofuna omuntu batera zisibira katwe abasajja beekatwe basiba engine ya diesel nedda bupya temugisibira bigaraji eno. Find someone that has driven a Hilux before akulagirire ekatwe basibya engine ekatwe bazisiba neddawo netokotanga mpya za diesel. So you can find a Hilux ng'oli engine ndwadde naye nga agiguza layisi. You can overhaul the Hilux engine for about 3 million to 4 million, sometimes even 2.5 if you find someone that is not very expensive, but ideally have 3.5 to 4 million to overhaul the Hilux engine. Why? Because buying the Hilux engine would cost you up to 18 million. So overhauling is probably the best choice. Neighbors overhauling and is but like I've said, don't buy a turbo engine when you're buying a pickup. But for people that have farms, construction companies, there is no reason why you're buying a small car. There's no reason why you're buying a Land Cruiser. Buy a pickup. Bali mirimu ejo katenga surveyor Isaac anomala yali mu construction wano gwe twade togenda naye eggulo omuntu ali mu construction. Buy a Hilux. The Hilux speaks for your profession. If for example I want to give you my site and you come in a Hilux, nja kumanyono engineer waddala. It's a fact. Naye bw'onogira mu Land Cruiser ngambo no tali mu bufero ono. You seem like an engineer w'ebitabo, si engineer ali practical. So it works for your business. Then basalmina abafaamu namwe olaba nange kati munnakatemba siyinza kusalawo okugula moroka ya malala nga waliwo Hilux. Why I wouldn't? Because the Hilux nsobola otikako emizindaalo, nsobola otikako costume, nsobola otikako rig ya stage, nsobola otikamu amata ate nensigala nga ntwala n'abantu. Okitegeera ate ebintu by'entiseeri nebitandetera mitawana na traffic aba misusing the traffic law. I don't know if I make sense. Naye nga Isuzu is best for lorries. It's not best for pickups. As a Ford Ranger lumbe it can stress you to death. Definitely. Abantu bazigula ku zero mileage ne zibalema. What's the fuel consumption of the Hilux? The Hilux actually ujja kwesanga ngenywa kimu ne Corolla yange. Most of those diesel cars actually, the big cars, don't consume a lot. I don't know why. Probably because buzz timing up timings wali mu injector. So ujja kwesanga omuntu agitiminga bwagitiminga bulungi ebatenywa. Okitegeera. So ujja gisanga lita yeso ogenda up to 15 kilometers. Mzee drives the company Hilux 2008, but the engine failed and he was forced to replace it with the turbo 1KZ engine. Naye yo, I hear turbo is having issues. Lwaki yagula 5L. You know, for the guys that are driving diesel, there are two very good engines. 5L, 3L. Those are like the best. But 5L is much more powerful. So if your diesel engine fails, let it be in a super custom, let it be in a Chigege, let it be in a Hilux, let it be in a Land Cruiser. If you can get your hands, if you're buying a new engine, you can get your hands on a 5L engine. That's what you should put. That's what you should put in your car. KZ might be cheaper to buy, but no. Buy 5L engine. What we nalabi wano ngagamba pick up enkadde kanji nonye. I traveled in a bad Maram road in a Hilux. The journey was smooth and seamless as if we moved on tarmac. The coil springs are super for comfort, but with heavy weights, you can get the counterpart. Exactly, that's why you should get one that has both leaf and coil springs. The leaf springs will help you with weight. The coil springs will make the car much more comfortable for you. The sound coming from my phone is notification. There are messages I'm getting on WhatsApp. Those are notifications. I'm going to mute them next time. Nina gwenda biwano nga ayogera ku motoka Hilux enkadde wano. Abaddani. Okay, Mzee had a 1986 Mark II Grand. It still works, just needs to be worked on body and brakes. At this, there any places recommend for the job? Eyo Mark II buli garage esobola okugikola. and keep it. It's going to be a vintage very soon. Nakamuluka kanchobula njagala kukatereka tujja tukeyo nga nne myaka 5 nga nze nyina 2001 Corolla nga ya mani nga mujja ne mugitunda mu exhibition ne mujja he kept it it has original steering rack. Abantu gaye bagamba kati kubo motoka obukadde obwo original steering rack, original airbag system. My God, those are the first Bluetooth radios. You wait ngoro tukaddiye nga nze leta kamotoka kankaleta mu auto shows. And by the way, vintage cars are not supposed to be driven on the road under the law. Gwe motoka yo kasoga man it's a vintage onagikomya mu auto shows amateeka bwogasoma. Anyway guys, talking of pickups, I think it's okay to drive pickups with class B driving license. Yes, it's very okay. Pickups tezigwa mu class in the pickups because the pickups of course with the class B tebaina kusanga ovuga more than 3,500 kgs. But they are forced passengers. Even a private car. Toina kugitika nnyo banange. Muzikize njogeno ono omuntu katono. So today I'm going to do an inspection. I'm going to do an inspection probably of a fielder. Depending on the decision he makes when he comes and meets me finally. So Hilux consumes like Chigege taxi. Yes. Nadaranga si ya tabo. Emoroka ya tabo. So anybody that has a diesel car that has disturbed you, bobo oyagala engine you replacing, put the 5L over 3L. Those are the most reliable engines mu diesel wa Toyota. Atenga engine is nanda tezirema ba makanika nebwedamu ne kufaako bagisiba at like 3 million nodda kubala ngeringa mpya okitegeera abayebe katweyo basiba engine za diesel nesirika kumpi ngayagala kwenkana ya petrol okitegeera. But anyway, bobanga sente zo ntono emoroka ya pickup yo jesoniwe because it pickup is expensive to buy and also it's not as affordable to keep on the road as a Corolla okitegeera. Naye ate zo Hilux tezifa ebintu ebya raisi ku borokezo okujja konga naddala model zile zasooka gemataala oyinza okugula akataala ka Hilux akema biga mitwalo 3 n'okasaako. The same thing with lorries. Obutata bwa lorries unaddala enkadde. What you see? And why I'm saying enkadde is because majority of the people that buy pickups and lorries are buying the old models. They're not buying the new models. Kati pickups, for example, the new models, most of them have turbos. And I'm highly discouraging you for buying cars that have turbos because it's jakuta wanya. Intermittent fasting. I'm fasting today. My day 4. I'm doing 18 hours with nothing to eat. I'm just drinking water and I feel great. I feel lighter. And there are a lot more benefits. Wakuba munange mpulira nkyali munene mpulira I still have bazita batazi love handles njagala zongere zikendere kitegeeza nyina okolayo ku sit ups entonotono. But I feel good. So if you have been wanting to do intermittent fasting right now, I actually realize abasiraamu mutulimbamu bokera ku macha n'oteekayo enkokoto n'olya kilo y'emmere n'oddamu n'olya ku ssaawa emu oba tosiibye. Okusiba kwali kyusiddwamu ne musiba 18 hours because olaba nange nsiba 18 hours but it's okay. Okitegeera. Of course I'm drinking water. Kati mpozi muyinza okungamba nti tetunywa naye laba omuntu ateekayo kilo y'emmere n'ateekayo lita 3 eza juice kuba tosiibye baaba kuba mutulimba. Here in Dubai, vintage or classics have got their own license plates and they are driven on the road very well. Munange wano, if your car is classified a vintage, you're not supposed to drive it on the road. I think because it's even supposed to be taken on a car carrier. Ojija mu garage on a car carrier, no jitwara ku auto show on a car carrier. The reason why diesel engines have less consumption is because diesel as a fuel has high oil constituents and is less volatile, burns in low temperature and low RPMs. So 3cc is like 1.8. Oluzungu lungi nnyo naye abalutegedde bajjeke balutegedde namwe abamanyi oluzungu. Kati fe abantu ebimu ebigambo ebimu tubitwala nga bwe bize bwe kijja n'okirala kiyitawo n'onoonya ebirala ebikiddiridde. You see how we speak English, how we read English. Bw'osoma ebigambo 10 nga mulimu kyotategeera, bino ebirala byekuyambako okutegeera kino kikitegeeza. Waliwo abasoluzungu nganze. Kati natenze gwe mulaba ku ssomero lyaffe nze mu kirasi yange A-level nze nali nga nsinga mu GP. Ne mu luzungu mu O-level nze omu ku baali basinga mu luzungu. Naye ng'oluzungu ndusoma ntyo. Bwe nsoma ebigambo 10 nga mulimu kyesitegeera, nziramu n'ensoma ebisoose n'ensoma ebisembayo nga kino kitegeeza kino. Ebiseera ebisinga kiba kituufu. Ky'obola ebigambo byesitegeera kati bwe mbyogera ky'obola nagambye omuntu good riddance ng'ate simusuubula bubi. Kati ebigambo ebimu seetaaga byogera byokka, kati kigambo volatile bw'okyogera kyokka oyinza okwonoona. Talking about inspection and filter, please compare filter and Primo X, the 1.8 liter, in terms of maintenance and longevity and the price range of possibility UBH series. Okay, Johnson Lubinga, can I answer that question tomorrow? Of course, Primo and Fielder, I would totally recommend you buy a Fielder. It gives you bigger boot space, and also the prestige is the same. The prestige is the same. Of course, we're about to Primo. Okitegeera naye ng'ate fielder eringa esukulumako because fielder inamo buutu ate abasuubuzi baba bajagala because asotikkamu ku nsawo z'omuceere. Okitegeera, so definitely I would recommend you buy a fielder of the two. Now the price range can kubulire later on, because ngenda mu katalo n'omwami bw'atuuka wano, we are going to go to the fielder and I'll ask me the same question tomorrow. Johnson Atholimbye, kilo yemmere ani agirya? We only eat what is enough for us. A kilo of food would even stop you from drink. Karim, kilo ntono. Karim, me I can eat a kilo of meat. Nadala nga ngenda mu gym nga ngenda situlamu. Nga nonya creatine. I can eat a kilo of meat. Mwe bagaye. A kilo of food is small. Mwe mkimanyi nti mpoze kilo y'omuceere teriika kuba omuceere guzimba baba. Kilo y'omuceere teriika. Naye man, kilo y'emmere yandibanga nnyingi, kilo y'ennyama yinza oba ekendeera naye y'emmere tekendeera. Kati kilo y'amatooke eba nnene. Kilo y'amatooke eba nnene. Mundi wa lubuto lwange. Anti kati olaba bw'olya kilo y'ennyama, it transforms it into energy. Okitegeera? Kati ogenda mu gym ofuna creatine, banaye nze bwe ndya ennyama ngenda mu gym mba n'amaanyi. But I eat meat like 3 hours before the gym. Nensooka ntuulamu olubuto ne lusooka lugikurashinga ne ngenda ogenda mu gym nga ennyama efuuse creatine. Mwe kamba sibule bannange. Let me go through the names. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. Abali mukamoli mbebaza nnyo. Tomorrow guys, we having question Friday in featuring Dr. Chiwanuka. Agenda kubaddamu ebibuuzo byammwe byonna ebiri health related live on the broadcast. Agenda kubeera nange starting 7:15 am nga bulijjo, and being a question Friday, let's make it a health question Friday, because olumu tujja question Friday ne mutabuuzana ebibuuzo. Kati this is the time for you to ask a doctor for free without paying consultation fees. Jangu obuuze ebibuuzo byo tomorrow. Dr. Chiwanuka agenda kubeera naffe ku broadcast. Director Martha Academy, Nalongo Investments, Omwalimu Andrew, Dusabe Darius, Central Forex Command, Mugabe Kavira, Sebunya. But I do pre-purchase inspection if you're going to buy a car. Nga oyagala okugula emmoroka ennungi baleme kuba, I'm your man, nzija ne makanika ne tukebere emmoroka ne tukuyamako okubagaininga verification yana ffe tugikola. Gwe omulimu guli gumugamba emmoroka eyo njagala tugikoze tutya. And if you have the right money, trust me, you'll get the best car in the car. Nobuzi kujja na budgeting atono nga atoyagala emmoroka ya bei awo tukubagana bansoka ne nkutuuza wano ne nkutunuulira nti. Anyway, Devil King, Sharif, Mugabi Kavira, Nsanji Phone Solutions, Moses Heath, Kasumba Mike Mugala, Lucky Mose, Reinhard Jorodan, Bisobora Ibrahim, Wabiona Daniel, Bukenya Abi, Lucky Mose, Brian Wanyama, Baba JK, of course, Daniel Ranga, Ururo Ruja. Our podcast is coming soon. Nze kasita show yange tandika okulaga wetu Pal Magic nga manye yonji nabye mu ngalo nga nzija ku podcast nzigusa kimu ku kimu. Habat, Princess Akia, Bisobora Ibrahim, Waswa Nicholas, Bikan Bouger, Tumusime Daniel, Jombwe Juma, Dr. Jonathan Chiwanuka, Semusu Wilba, Fred Adukule, Edwin Mugerwa, King Daniels, OX Ruta, yes, Karim, Antonio, Deep in Coffee, Mutumba Pade, Lura Chris Fitness, Samuel Sisi Musomesa, Timmy bana itemwera bida Rafo Jemba Gambieko eya follower wange yagenze US yesterday chemanta natuka ne kakati manya US wala mobali yogenze. I had a show in Chicago one time nentambula nafuna visa yange late, so muba manyi bwe bematira abantu. Then natuka nga show egenda ku stage nga bafunidde dda ne replacement naye nga bomanyi bana Uganda tuli bakozi nagenda munyonyi nga ndi hasinga nentuka wali. Actually the guy replacement yangezanya ne mu prison break bamuita Adeyoye Mabogunje mu Nigeria. Nentuka nasanga dressing room yange judde bikokokoko nensoka numba stage nenchikuba nenzija nendya. Ali naitwe Kevin Johnson Lubinga, Seth Kagaba, Salmin Shagaf, era lero mwebase nnyo mu ababiri bannange. Don't forget to post. Ngena gisayo bannange ayagala million 23 bannange. Don't bargain on that car. Emoroka tayagala ku bargaininga nnyo kala izo bargaininga mu kaka tono naye moroka ekyamule emisezo gitundanga akyali wano because yali tayagala ku bargaininga bambi yangambo gipostinga. Then I got busy with the shooting of my show and neerabiro gipostinga mukama ansasire. Meat contains bones to make 1 kg. Siri amagumba kyogamba nti bwe ndi amagumba n'ensula eri hafu nga magumba. Bana ibagayi mwe bale kubedako kamba sibule. May God bless you. Don't forget to recommend people for business baje bampe ku sente za pre-purchase inspection, car trackers, car alarms and all. I wish you a very lovely day. See you tomorrow nga tubuza Dr. Jonathan ebibuzo. Ciao.